four reasons by which English learner remain in learning stage, the first stage forever. Due to these four mistakes, they can't acquire confidence, they can't get into practice of speaking, they always listen and they become the passive listeners for the rest of their lives. Because first of all, tell me one question. What is that question? What is your aim of learning English language? Why are you working so hard? Why are you burning midnight oil to learn this language? Of course, you want to utilize this language in your practical. Some want to pass the interview, others have to pass their exams. But your focus is wrong. Why your focus is wrong? Because you are choosing the wrong videos for your consumption of English language. How? There are two categories of English language. There are two categories of the content, and English learners should be very much careful about choosing the right kind of content. What are those two kinds of contents of English learning or English language? First, content creators are English trainers. They are providing you the tips and tricks how to speak English language. They are giving you the roadmap. They are giving you the complete guidance how to follow your study plan, how you can be a fast English learner, how can you convert yourself from the passive to active learner, what are the strategies you can follow to speak English fluently. They are even breaking down different kind of study plans like 90-day plans, 80-day plans, 30-day plans, 35 days plans, 60 days plan. They are all meant to help you. This is first type of content, and the second type of content is related to your practical field. If you want to join business, there are business videos in English language. If you want to learn English language for traveling, there are travelogues. If you want to learn English language for passing or securing high marks in interview, there are so many videos on interviews. And the common and the very mostly frequented asked questions are there in those videos. Now these are two stratas of videos. One is for tips and tricks, strategies, study plans for English learners. Other is your practical field. Now here lies the biggest mistake, because English learner cannot make a balance between these two categories. His whole focus is on the tips and tricks, on strategies. For the whole year, they are switching from one YouTube content maker to another YouTube content maker in English language. They are just following, they are just absorbing and immersing themselves how to learn English language. What are the strategies? What are the different study plans? What are the different roadmaps? They are switching from one channel to another, like the housefly, like the bee, switching from one flower to another flower. And they cannot realize that their whole time is consumed in learning the strategy. And what about the rest of the practical knowledge which is required by them, which they need the most? Because if you don't have the appropriate or the basic vocabulary required for your field, you cannot explore, you cannot explain the ideas, knowledge and information which is lying in your head. They have the vocabulary regarding strategy, study plan, guidance, everything. But they don't have the vocabulary, they don't have the sentence patterns, sentence structures to explain their specific field. For example, banking, teaching, agriculture, culinary, cooking. There are so many fields related to which you have to consume knowledge. Now, my suggestion is that if you have found the exact study plan, the exact study which suits your study routine from morning to evening, if you have found, then leave that channel. If there is any motivational video, you can go back to that channel. If there is any other information required to you, or if there is information regarding the general knowledge, information regarding English language, then you can switch back. But Your whole concern should be on the specific field which is the requirement of the day. This is the first mistake and you have to avoid from the very first day. The second, too much is injurious, it is often said. The second biggest mistake of English learner is that they are consuming of English language. Anything that is excessive is bad. Excessiveness is injurious. If you are filling a tub with a lot of water, there will be the time then when the tub will be overflowed. Now, if you are not providing any kind of output in the form of your writing, in the form of your speaking, if you are not doing any kind of rehearsal, if you are not exercising your vocal cords, your muscle, if you are not building any connection between your mind and your mouth, if you are not training yourself to think in English language and you are just absorbing, you are just consuming the content, there is no output, there is only the input, then your brain will be converted into a storehouse with the things in an unarranged way. They are not in arranged form, and you are not in the position to build the connection between your mind and your mouth, because your mouth is a tap and your mind is a tub or a tank. If there is a coherence, if there is a harmony between these two things, because here thoughts are generated, here thoughts are produced, here ideas are arranged, here ideas are delivered, here information is compiled, here information is delivered. Now you can understand that what I am going to suggest you. I am going to suggest you that maintain a balance. If you are consuming knowledge for 1 hour, at least save half an hour for your output in the form of your thinking in English, in the form of your rehearsal, in the form of speaking what you have learned, so that there should be a strong connection between your mind and your mouth muscles and your cords, so that they cannot get exhausted when you are in the speaking position, so that you can maintain an eye contact, you can have confidence in your abilities to speak English language. This is compulsory. Number 3, at initial level, every English learner is so much curious, he is so much passionate to learn grammar. He is cramming the rules, what is present indefinite tense, what is past indefinite tense, what are its formulas, how to arrange it, and he is just mugging up his brain. Please stop focusing on cramming, because if you have mastered the rules, you will be entangled in the web that which tense I have to use, whether here I have to use is, are, or am. You are just entangled in that. You will forget the concept of communication, the concept of eye contact, the concept of how to deliver the message effectively, because you have your own thoughts and most of the time you are in the process of translation. You didn't have practice well, you have consumed a lot, but you didn't have built a strong foundations, a strong harmony, a strong bond between your mind and mouth. Number 4, the biggest mistake is that every English learner thinks that when he will have a mastery over grammar and have listened a lot, read a lot, written a lot, only then he will be able to speak English language. In other words, he is trying to find the perfect moment, the perfect time. Believe me, dear audience, that perfect time doesn't come. Because when you start the very first day, when you take this decision to speak English language, the very first day when you start absorbing the knowledge, the very first day is the time of your practice time. You have to do it simultaneously. Input, output. Reading, listening, speaking and writing. And if you can maintain this balance, only then you can be a successful, a fluent English speaker without hesitation, without fear. Because fear, hesitation, anxiety, depression, fear of unknown, all these things can be overcome when you are in the practice. Hope you have got the point and you will consider these points and be on the right track of fluency. So with this positive note, I certainly end this video, and with the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much.